Alright, this was a video I said I wanted to react to. I saw the recommendation for it a while ago when I was reacting to something else. It's what would happen if Gohan was in this movie, which if I mean you know Dragon Ball, you know what this is. Uh Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. What would happen if Gohan was in it? To be real, not much. He was not Beast Gohan yet, right? Yeah, superhero was after. Because in Superhero, Broly was training with Goku and Vegeta. Yeah, I think he would just either be in the way or he would just watch with Bulma, keep her protected. Well, Whis was there too. I don't. I'm interested in hearing what would he do outside of what I just said, because I mean, unless something happened where he gets triggered and gets the Beast transformation early, since him and Broly sort of have the same you know, effects when it comes to their powers, but I don't think so. I think it'll literally be the same. He'll just be there. You know what I'm saying? Well, remember that situation where Vegeta and Goku were working on transforming or fusing to Gogeta, and then you saw Broly wasting Frieza, and then he took a moment to go attack Whis, and Whis was being a boss dodge and everything. I think instead of Whis, he probably would attack Gohan, but it would be much of like Whis was a balls dodge and everything. I don't think Gohan would. Maybe Gohan would fly away. I don't know, but basically, I just think he'll just be there. It's not much of would change outside, but I could be wrong. Shout out to Carthus Dojo. As always, I'm a fan of his channel. I'll put the original video description below. I'm interested in hearing what is his take on it. It's a possibility he could transform into Beast Gohan early. Maybe he gets pushed to that situation to where instead of Broly knocking the mess out of Frieza, he attacks Gohan, and the only way Gohan's going to win is to transform and get triggered by something. I don't know. But what would trigger Gohan to transform like that? It takes usually, like in the Cell Saga, it took what happened to Android 16 and his friends. And Dragon Ball Superhero took what was happening to Piccolo. What would happen in this movie for him to transform into that? I don't know. Anyway, let's just see what he says.
Dragon Ball Super Broly was a reintroduction to one of the
Love
most
that movie, by the
famous
way.
Dragon Ball characters.
Put respect
in the
on Vegeta's
non-canon
name.
Portion of the series, Broly. However, this movie was also meant to be a celebration of Dragon Ball, as it was the 20th movie in the franchise. But
wow, I did not know that.
Fell short of that mark due to its focus on Goku, Vegeta, and Broly pretty much exclusively, while having very little interaction with other members of the known cast. This is where today's What If comes in. I'm not going to be fixing this problem entirely, but I am trying to alleviate it by adding Gohan to the movie. I am going to tell you right now that this is going to be more of a rewrite rather than a factual what if based on what we already know. I can already see the Gohan wouldn't be helpful comments being typed.
That's what I was saying.
I wanted to make that clear from the start. I will also be going over the factual side of things very briefly when I do make changes in this, so stick around if you still want
so he's
the
gonna
factual
change
answers.
up some stuff. All right.
So, what if Gohan was a part of Dragon Ball Super Broly? Before we dive any deeper into that, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more Dragon Ball content. To start, we should establish what remains the same. While I may do a full rewrite of Dragon Ball Super Broly at some point in the future, this rewrite is really just meant to simply add Gohan to the story, so I don't want to change what doesn't need to be changed here. This means the Broly backstory, and yes, even Dragon Ball Minus, will remain the same. Once we get to the present day, this is where things start to alter, but not immediately. Goku and Vegeta sparring while Beerus...
What Broly do you like better? Dragon Ball Super? I mean, not Broly, but Bardock. Which one you like better? Dragon Ball Super or is Dragon Ball Z? I don't know. What y'all think?
Brings up that his reason for wanting to get stronger is the ever-looming and ever-growing threat of Frieza. But he doesn't blame Goku for this, because that would be stupid of him since Goku wasn't the one who resurrected Frieza. Vegeta simply says loudly and obnoxiously that someone allowed Frieza to be revived, and he made sure that Beerus would hear him when he said it. Much like the way he brushed off Bulma's complaints in the Future Trunks arc, Beerus brushes off Vegeta's complaint as well. Beerus still feels he's entitled to do as he sees fit as the god of destruction, and having Frieza around always made his job easier. Having someone around to destroy planets for him
I mean, in a
allowed
way,
him
he
to
can't do
relax
whatever he
and
was.
eat
What are they
the
gonna do,
universe's
stop him?
finest foods at his leisure. This carefree day was still interrupted, however, by Trunks calling to tell his mother that her lab had been broken into. The Dragon Balls and Dragon Radar had been stolen, and Bulma knew they'd be going straight for the Ice Continent to get the final one. From the armor on the thieves, they could see that these thieves were part of Frieza's army, further confirming Vegeta's concerns regarding the Rogue Emperor. They still discuss what he could possibly be wishing for, but can't come to a concrete conclusion at all, and just decide to head to the Ice Continent after collecting warmer clothing. Meanwhile, the events on Vampa had played out exactly as they had originally. Chilai and Lemo find Broly and Paragus on Vampa, offering the two Saiyans salvation after their excruciatingly long exile of over 40 years on the barren planet. Frieza is ready to use Broly to aid in his collection of the Dragon Balls, and even further, the defeat of Goku and Vegeta, though he does say that Goku is to be left for him to finish off. As you can tell, this is all going the same way as it did originally, minus one slight change that isn't just apparent yet. Frieza, Paragus, and Broly make their way to Earth and arrive as soon as Goku and Vegeta stop his henchmen.
I'm so ready for the
making
Black
their
Frieza
getaway
arc.
with the Dragon Balls. This, of course, leads us to the battle between Vegeta and Broly.
I love that
and
battle.
More importantly, the
Stupid
unknown
Goku had to
power
come
that
interrupt.
alerts both Piccolo and Gohan to something being amiss. In an instant, Piccolo uses telepathy to contact Gohan and ask if he knows whose power that is. He tells Piccolo that he doesn't know, but Vegeta is fighting whoever it is. Gohan further focuses and he can sense that Goku is there too, but there's another powerful person there, and after a second of thinking, he recognizes it. Frieza is back on Earth once again. Gohan told Piccolo to tell the other Z-Fighters not to worry about the strange power on the planet and that they should meet up with Goku and Vegeta in the Ice Continent. Piccolo agreed and Gohan changed into his gi, readying himself for another battle for the sake of Earth. Once he's all dressed and ready to go, Gohan flies at top speed to the clashing powers and he can sense Vegeta's ki disappear. Is he using a god form or did something happen to him? Then he senses his father and the unknown enemy fighting, and even feeling his
As
father.
much as I like
turn
that
into a
battle, I
Super
hated
Saiyan.
how Goku just
Gohan
interrupts
arrives
and
as Goku
Vegeta let it
turns
happen.
into a Super Saiyan God, and Vegeta returns to base form. He's grateful that Vegeta is okay, but is surprised to see the Saiyan Prince is standing on the sidelines when Frieza is right there. Gohan knew that Frieza wasn't one to be trusted. Even in the Tournament of Power, he didn't trust Frieza's offers to work together and even threatened the evil tyrant should he betray him in Universe 7. This was just the betrayal he had in mind. Frieza was standing on the sidelines next to an unknown Saiyan with gray hair. Frieza was holding the Dragon Balls and instantly his ambitions became clear to Gohan. Whatever wish Frieza was looking for was something Gohan couldn't let happen. Without hesitation, Gohan flies over to Frieza, but doesn't attack immediately. He wants to talk. As this is happening, Broly is beginning to break out of the Godbind, a scene that normally results in Frieza giving the 7 Dragon Balls to Kikono now doesn't, since Gohan would simply grab them from the air before they could reach him. Gohan looks down at Frieza and asks what he thinks he's doing on Earth. Frieza chuckles and says he's reuniting the Saiyan race, of course. Was that not evident by what was happening on the battlefield? Gohan
He was
didn't
like
find the
something like
answer
that.
amusing, and his face began to snarl as he looked down at the Emperor of the Universe. Gohan tells Frieza to give back the Dragon Balls and to leave now. There won't be any second chances if he doesn't. Frieza simply laughs again and asks,
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think
"Do you
Gohan's strong enough to
intend
stop
to
Frieza.
make me?" Gohan's face is showing a rage it hadn't in years. Paragus stepped back, stumbling as he did so. The rage he saw in Gohan, the power he could feel whipping through the air, even though he could have directly
I mean, he
sensed
could have been
it.
training since
Was
the Tournament
he
of Power,
like
but
Broly? Gohan transforms into his ultimate form, and Frieza responds in kind with his golden form. Now this is where a notable change happens. Frieza isn't nearly as strong as he was in the original movie, so Frieza is more of a realistic foe for Gohan to take on.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a culmination of what Super was building up to. From Gohan being too weak to even face Frieza's first form in Resurrection of F, to Gohan threatening Frieza in the Tournament of Power should he betray them, and now to the battle against Frieza, who is a looming threat for Earth and his family once again. This time, Gohan was ready to defend those who were most important to him, and his will to do so was at an all-time high. As Gohan began to battle Golden Frieza, Goku had just been defeated in his Super Saiyan God form. Laying on the ground, struggling not only to maintain the form, but
Goku
his
was going through
consciousness
it, bro.
as well,
If Broly was
Goku's
slamming
head
him on the
falls to
floor.
side, and as it does,
His eyes, he was
sees his
almost
son
checked out.
fighting against Frieza with all he has. He didn't even realize that Gohan showed up because he was so focused on Broly, and now he can see that Gohan is fighting harder than him. With new resolve in his heart, Goku stands up and whispers, "Thank you, Gohan," to himself as he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue. So, Gohan is fighting Frieza while Goku fights Broly. However, it seems like Gohan is slowly losing out to Frieza's power, and just as it seemed like there might be some massive trouble for the Half Saiyan, a Makanko Seppo flies in between Gohan and Frieza. Piccolo had arrived to the light of Gohan, and the two of them were ready to work together to defeat Frieza. This is sort of where the narrative becomes more simplified, as Frieza isn't given the chance to kill Paragus and cause Broly to awaken his Super Saiyan form.
That's right,
Even
yeah.
more noteworthy is the fact that Broly seems to enjoy
And
fighting
Goku
the
was
Super
winning until till that moment when Frieza killed Paragus. So yeah, the ending could be a lot
Piccolo had
different
arrived
because
to the
yeah,
light of Gohan,
Frieza won't have
and the
that
two of
time
them
to
were
think
ready
about
to
it.
work together to defeat Frieza. This is sort of where the narrative becomes more simplified, as Frieza isn't given the chance to kill Paragus
And
and
Goku,
cause
yeah,
Broly
was
to awaken his Super Saiyan
whooping
form.
him at that
Even
part.
more noteworthy is the fact that Broly seems to enjoy fighting the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, as shown by the smiles they exchange as the battle rages on in the original version of events. This would continue for the two Saiyans until Gohan and Piccolo not only defeat, but kill Frieza. Both characters have made
Really?
up for their failures against the tyrant in the past and collectively saved their home.
Interesting.
Deep inside, Piccolo had the faintest remnants of Nail, felt a sort of validation in the fact that Piccolo had killed Frieza.
Frieza losing to
This
them
caused
two.
the fighting to stop as Broly and Goku returned to the ground. There was no reason for the two to fight any longer, but maybe they'd want to continue their battle some other point in the near future. Vegeta flew over with them, and once he made it to the corpse of Frieza, the Saiyan Prince released the Ki Blast and destroyed the corpse, hoping to finally end Frieza for good. Paragus, in a rage, stomped forward towards Vegeta and grabbed him by his armor. Paragus still wanted revenge for what happened to him and his son, but Vegeta tells the old Saiyan to cut it out. Frieza took revenge for Paragus already. He slayed not only Vegeta's father, but the entire Saiyan race as well. It was no meteor that destroyed planet Vegeta, it was the Emperor that ruled the planet for so very long. He tells Paragus again that he is not his father. The title of King Vegeta was never passed down to him, so he refuses to claim it, nor would he want the bloody legacy any longer. Vegeta simply apologizes to Paragus and Broly for what his father did, and tells
Vegeta
them that a
apologizing.
new path for the
Interesting.
Saiyan race was being forged on
When
Earth.
did he
should
ever
they wish to be
apologize?
a part of it.
To
Goku and
Gohan in the
Gohan
Cell
smiled
Saga.
while Vegeta said this. His pride in others was truly beginning to become the norm for the Saiyan Prince, a big departure from the one that invaded Earth many, many years ago. So, Broly and Paragus remained on Earth. Chilai and Lemo also decided to stay as well, and the rest of the Frieza Force scurried off into the universe after Vegeta told them never to cause trouble in the universe again. The roster of friends on Earth is ever growing, and so our story ends. Make sure you hit that like.
Interesting. I mean, it's an interesting story. In a way, I'm glad that that never happened, though. Frieza being gone like that is not how I want his ending to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cool what if situation. But Gohan and Piccolo killing Frieza, and I love them both, but I still, in my opinion, believe that honor belongs to Vegeta. Everything Vegeta went through, he went through more than all of them combined. And that's Vegeta's moment. So And then he almost had it in the movie. Frieza, what was it? Frieza's Revenge or something like that. When he came back and Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta almost ended him. But of course, they had to have Frieza do what he did, and then Goku had to interfere. So I believe that belongs to Vegeta. It's a cool what if story, but in a way, I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad that didn't happen. Yeah, it would be a cool watch. I will say that, to see Piccolo and Gohan versus Frieza. That would be cool to see on top of seeing, Goku and Broly fight. But I'm glad that did happen. But shout out to Cartoons Dojo. I'll put the original video description below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Would you have liked that better than what it is, or you like that never happened? Anyway, let me know in the comment section. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care.